Thank you for coming, everyone, to our sparkly clean gallery. And we're all here to enjoy Jeanette's magnificent artwork, absolutely beautiful. And I'd like to hand over to Jeannette. She's got a few words to say for us.
Thank you. Councillor for Forest Lake, Charles Trunk, distinguished guests, first I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. The drawings you see around you form the exhibition I've called Heads Up. About 12 months ago, almost exactly, I had the privilege of standing in this gallery with Charles opening it, and I had my first exhibition called The Eyes Have It. Both these exhibitions, and one other one in between, have featured faces and eyes. I think on a face, it's the eyes you see first. On people, particularly older people, I love to see their wrinkles and the way experiences have shaped their faces. It's like looking at a map of their lives. In particular, I love my old Chinese lady, which I think is around there. And I've met with people like her many times in my Asian travels. Similarly, the man I'm entitled Poor, which is just around there, has lived a very hard life and is also somebody I've encountered many times. In animals, the big liquid eyes of a dog, the startled eyes of an antelope, where am I? I've lost it. The startled eyes of an antelope or the wary, watchful eyes of a big cat are equally engaging. And the other thing I've tried to do is move subjects to one side, or even have parts missing, so your eyes actually have to work and figure out the rest of the picture or part that's out of the frame or whatever. This applies to works like Sad Dog across there, or Old, or Walkies, where there's only a suggestion of a shape. My subjects don't always obediently sit in the middle of their frames. So before I finish, I'd like to offer my grateful thanks to Charles for his time and enthusiasm, and the gallery, isn't she a gem? Oh, by golly. And the gallery president for all her valuable and much appreciated input, the Inala Art Committee, Niamala and Michael for their support, cheerfulness and time they jointly spent up ladders yesterday hanging this exhibition, Kathy, an old dear friend who came with me and has helped prepare the refreshments, to council who own this gallery, and of course to you, thank you for coming. I've had fun creating the menagerie that's in front of you now. If it serves its purpose by diverting or amusing or involving you, I'm happy. So please, wander around, see if you think I've done my job and achieved my aims. Thank you very much.
My respects to elders past, present and emerging as well. Well, we're here for a second showing of Jeanette's beautiful work, and I was quite impressed with the one directly behind me because it reminded me of the first movie I ever watched, Bambi. It was a bit of a sad movie, but this is a really great depiction of an antelope, isn't it? Antelope? Yes, antelope. Get my breeds right. Anyways, it's really gratifying every time I come into this gallery to see what fantastic work that Anne and her committee are doing to refresh it. And as I say, every time I come in, it's just been elevated a bit more from what you've been doing. Whether it's the unbelievable floor, which I know we should probably be talking about a floor when we're talking about great work here, but it all helps to showcase the wonderful artwork that's going to come through this gallery over many years to come, and sometimes outside of this gallery, as we see on some panels just outside in the Civic Center here that's being created by high schools that you've helped put together, as well as I believe you're putting some artwork. You're doing your own artwork as well. So, but it's really good that you've been able to do what you've been doing, because it does then attract good artists like Jeannette and others all the way from the Clay Island, which is nice to see. Those lovely Morton Islands. So I just like to thank you and the committee, and the former president's with us today in his committee, right? Rick? Absolutely, because between yourselves and Rick, and of course maybe even the committee even before Rick, I think there probably was one before Rick's group. This place wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that legacy that Rick left you to take over, and we do appreciate that. This is the only council gallery in all of Brisbane, owned council gallery in all of Brisbane, and I'm quite proud of that, as the previous councillors before me and the state members as well, because it's an important thing that we showcase talent within our own community and obviously outside the community as well. It's very important that we continue to do that work, and I know that you're working in conjunction with the high schools now to bring some of that lovely artwork that's emerging out of our schools as well. So thank you very much, Jeannette, for giving us another crack. What? And I hope you come back for many more years to come.
For next year.
There you go.
Yeah,
And thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.